Hi friends, today we are going to review yet another glass mousepad, but this time it is from the original glass mousepad company, SKYPAD. SKYPAD sent me their SKYPAD 3.0 mousepad for review a while back and I've been using it daily ever since, and I gotta say, so far I've been liking it very much. First, let's get over some specs. So let's start with the size of the pad. The mousepad is 500mm times 400mm and it's not too different from the 490 times 420mm we've been used to from artisan pads and also the Superglide glass pad. Honestly, I have not run out of mousepad space with this, but I know many people would prefer that there would be a 500 times 500 square size available too, because it is a mousepad size that's been increasing in popularity lately. The pad is obviously made from glass, and to offer some controllability for your mouse, it has a small texture burnt to the surface of the pad. The glide is very fast, but I'm gonna talk about the friction properties later in the video. The back of the pad is painted and you can have the pad in two vibrant colorways, white and black. Adding to that, you can have the pad with two kinds of different logos, the cloud one and the text one. So not too many options out there. They also release occasionally some limited edition runs with anime girls or collabs with aim labs and such, but I would personally like to see more colorways, like vibrant colors in the future. But I'm not complaining. White and black are colors that go well with pretty much any setup you would think. But you know, just a suggestion, some nice orange or green. Let me know in the comments what color SKYPAD you would like to have. And like on the Pulsar Superglide glass pad or on the Razer Atlas mousepad, there is no like fully covered base on this mousepad. Instead, they're using these 4 silicone stickers to keep the pad in place. And yeah, it does work. It works fine. The mousepad doesn't move while using. I still think a fully covered base is better, but I don't know, it's not a necessity to have on a glass mousepad. However, there is one minor issue that I want to show. It's more like an issue with my desk than on the SKYPAD, but it's quite interesting. Since my desk is not 100% flat, it's kind of crooked in the middle. The pad can wobble a bit. It was apparent also on the Superglide pad, but it was not as noticeable than on this one. However, I don't notice the wobble in use, and like I said, it's more of a problem with my desk than on the pad. I just wanted to tell you about that. The pad comes in a nice box that you can use to hold the pad when you are not using it, or to carry it to a LAN, for example. The pad weighs 1.4 kilograms, so it's not too heavy to carry around with you. For comparison, the Superglide pad weighs 1.7 kilograms. So if you go with the SKYPAD, you could carry 2.5 extra Logitech G502s with you to throw at your enemies. Then what about the speed? Is the SKYPAD fast? Yeah, it is. I tested the friction properties of the SKYPAD with the table tilting test and the timed sliding test, which I have covered in more detail here. And the test results revealed that the pad is in fact faster than the Pulsar Superglide glass pad. Not by much, but still there is a difference. Just to be sure, I redid the test 3 times in 3 different occasions and the results were always repeatable. So yeah, the SKYPAD 3.0 is the fastest pad I have tested. I was expecting them to be identical, but when going back and forth with them, I can also feel the difference. The difference is very, very small and you could get used to either one of the pads. They are both very fast pads. Initial friction of the pad is very small, but still the pad offers some control, so you don't feel like you're ice skating with your mouse. The dynamic friction is also very small, but super consistent. The pad is like a blank canvas for your aim, and it reveals your mistakes, your jitteriness, and makes it easier to correct them. It's hard for me to go from a glass pad to using a cloth pad after using glass pads for a couple months now, because I'm used to this low friction feeling and I have experienced a lot of improvement on my aiming skills in both gaming and in aim trainers. One thing I like about glass pads also is how they mitigate the sluggishness of a heavier mouse. For example, if I use a Vaxi XE wireless on a cloth pad, I can't stand the sluggish feeling it has. But On the SKYPAD, it's one of the favorite combos currently for me. The sweaty hand sticking to the pad situation is something I want to talk about next. To fix that, get a sleeve. Like any sports sleeve will do. Or this SKYPAD sleeve they sent me with the pad. The sleeve helps with the arm stickiness situation a lot. I still have some parts of my wrist touching the pad in some scenarios, but you'll get used to it, and you can also improvise, adapt and overcome and use it to your advantage. For me, it helps with the flicking in games. You can increase the stopping power with the skin contact if you want. But I know the problem. I'm a sweaty guy. My pale Finnish skin starts to sweat the moment we hit positive Celsius numbers. So trust me, I know the issue. Then about the price and the availability. The pad costs around 110 euros, so it's around the same level as on the Pulsar Superglide or the Razer Atlas pad, or I guess 5 euros less, but almost identical. But it's a pricey mousepad, I'll admit that. But on the other hand, this will probably come cheaper than normal cloth mousepads in the long run, since there is no dirt to be accumulated to the pad and no edges to be frayed and no texture to be worn. The durability of glass pads is just phenomenal, so with one you could go years and years without any significant wearing down happening. Or until your next move where your relatives who decided to help with the move drop your beloved piece of gaming glass by accident. So I can safely recommend the SKYPAD 3.0 for you if you're looking for a glass pad. Personally, it has helped me to improve my aiming skills a lot recently. Should you pick this over the Pulsar Superglide glass pad? Well, my friend, it totally depends on you, what you prefer. Do you prefer the pad to be a tiny bit faster, 300 grams lighter, and to be allowed to use the hashtag SKYPAD Gaming on your socials? Or do you want the solid silicone backing and supreme looking design? I know I'm going to use both of them because they are just both fantastic products. You can't go wrong with either one of them. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.